Pass it on. It's on a Saturday. So what happens on a Saturday? We talk about passing it on. And when we're talking about passing it on, what does that mean? It basically means I come out. I've got a screen, right? I've got a screen here, and I've got another one at the bottom here. So you're gonna see me looking at back and the top. So welcome, welcome. It is a Saturday, and every Saturday we gather here and we do what is called PassITon. What does PassITon means? It basically means that where I give you information based on my property journey, based on where you want to go, you ask me questions, and with that, the two of us, and that means me to you and to everybody, we then get to speak about the property space. So I come out with a topic and I give you the topic and we talk about it. I give you a little bit of some information, some nuggets, so that you can start winning in your property journey. And why am I giving this to you? Because I got the information from someone. I learn, I'm learning, consistently learning all the time. And my goal is to also educate you so that you don't make some mistakes, but at least you can put some money on the table, okay, through property. And if this is something that you enjoy doing, putting money on the table for property, then I suggest you need to be inviting your boo. Say, boo, come and watch. You know, the best place to watch us is two places, either on Insta or on YouTube. We'll be grateful if you guys can connect us on YouTube. And you're going to ask the questions, ask some questions as I go along, and let's keep it engaged. All right. I'm hoping that for some of you who were here last week, you got some value and you're back again. So high five to you. Well done for being here. And it's going to be amazing today. We're going to talk about paying off your bond. Should you do that or should you not? Paying off your bond, right? Should you do that or should you not? All right. That's the question. So whilst we are jumping into that, I just want to get a sense of where are you guys watching me from? Hey, how's it going? What's up? What's happening? See some guys on Insta say, hey TJ, how's it going? Awesome, awesome. Some of you need to call me Uncle TJ. Yeah. You know, I'm an uncle up in here. All right. So let's talk about, should you be paying off your bond at all? Should you be paying off your bond at all? Right? What is a bond? So it is a debt that, so I'm just going to start, right? So let's start. Whilst you are telling me where you're watching us from, I can see like a couple of hundreds of you on Insta. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching us from. I just want to see in the comments there. Musa, Katleho, Lolowaka, Sinoboso, Malinga, Michael, Nati, whoop whoop, Leonette. Hey, how's it going, Leonette? The property boutique. Ooh. I wonder what you guys do. Let us know. I want to know what you do. Jemba, Lamina, how's it going? I know the whole gang is here. Well done, guys, for tuning in. By the way, PassITon happens every Saturday at any time between 7 and 7:30. I come out live and I speak to you. Tumi, welcome. And Tumi is from Bloemfontein. I do like Bloemfontein. I haven't had luck with Bloemfontein in terms of deals. I am still looking for some deals there. I am Ang. Okay, I like that name. I am Ang. Yeah, that's it. That's their name, right? Cool. Musantuli, how's it going? Right. Oh, Limpopo is in the house. Well done, Limpopo. I need to get to Limpopo soon. Amos says he's watching us from the United Kingdom. Whoop, whoop. I told you we're going international. It's not just people coming to watch us from international, from the UK. We're going there soon. You know, we're going there. Friday, for some of you, if you are friends with me on my Facebook, you should have seen already my comment on Friday. I'm like, M5 worldwide. It is going to be going worldwide. You're going to see it soon. I'm excited. I'm scared at the same time. Someone says, hey, TJ, we're watching you from Liverpool. Okay, cool. Are you live every day? No, no, no. We're not live every day. We are live on Saturday, Saturday this time of the day, and we do what is called PassITon. PassITon. So PassITon is the information that I've gathered, information that I've learned throughout the business, doing what I do, and I pass on the information for you for free. 30 minutes, I give you some good nuggets, and I give you an opportunity to ask questions. So you can ask any question. I will help you out. Okay. Porterville, someone is called Trading Matters. That's their name, right? Trading Matters, right? And they are watching us from Porterville. And Portia, how's it going? Good to seeing you. And details of your sourcing agents graduates today. You can contact me right here, or send us an email at info@m5propertyaddicts.com. Okay, so enough with the greetings. Let's jump into the conversations. Enough with the greetings. Enough with the greetings. Let's start. Right. So for some of you, I know this topic here might not be like for everyone because not all of you might have a bond. What is a bond? A bond is when you go out to the banks, FNB, Standard Bank, Nedbank, all of these are the South African banks, and you can get a loan, right? And you can go there and you can get a home loan. That's what's called a bond, right? And what's always called a mortgage. Some banks say it's mortgage, bond, same thing, but it's basically a loan that you get on a property. When you get that, they normally come in 20 years. Some banks are stretching it into 30. And the question that I want to ask tonight is it good for you to pay it off? Should you pay it off, right? I just want to hear some yes in the comment, right? Should you pay it off, yes or no? Should you pay off the bond? So this is your primary home wherever you are. And the question that I'm asking you guys is, should you pay off the bond? Yes or no? So I just want to hear no. Someone says no, okay? Tell me someone else, with the guys on Insta, tell me, should you pay off? Someone says it depends. Okay, cool. Depends on what, right? Someone says no, 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 no. A lot of people are saying no. Why not? Oh, yes, 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 yes. A couple of people are now saying yes, right? So it's kind of like a mixed bag, right? Kind of like a mixed bag. People are saying yes, no, yes, no. No, debt is cheaper. Use the equity for some of the other assets. That's what I am says, right? So let's explain that. I like where you're going with that, brother. I like where you're going with that. So that's what I want to address today, right? So you are in debt. You got a house, you live in that house. It's a liability because it's not giving you any money. But if you're clever, you can now start to generate, you can do some Airbnb, you can do back rooms on your property, or you can generate some money in one way or the other. A lot of people right now, you're working from home, so you can actually declare a portion of your home as an office, and who knows, you can even charge some rent on it. Yeah, I think so. Right? But so the question now is, should you be paying off your bond? So I'm talking to people that have a bond today, or people that are anticipating to get a bond, hoping that they can pay it off and then they can leave their house debt free. I know that there's lots of people that advocate for this. Buy a home and pay it off, do your 20-year run, and you've got no debt so that you can have a retirement, they say. It's so that you can have a retirement. I am totally against that. I don't want, I'm not giving you advice. I'm telling you what I'm against. So I'm against paying off my bond. So I'm going to give you an example. I bought a certain property. Let's just say my property, the one that I'm staying in now. Let's just say I bought it for R1 million. And this around about 10 years ago. And the area has kind of like grown now, and properties in my area are now around about 1.5. And I'm just giving you some lazy numbers, right? And with that, I'm now owing around about, let's just say 700,000, so I've paid off a little bit. And the question that I'm asking here now, should I pay off my bond? A lot of people are chasing to pay it off. Great. They have seen a whole lot of people saying that pay off your bond in 5 years, top up with 500,000 or top up with 1,000 rand. You can pay off your bond. There are calculations out there on how best you can do it. I say, no, don't pay off your bond. That's my view. I'm going to stick to it. And this is the reason why I say don't do it. Number one, pay as little as you can into that bond. Right? That's number one. Pay as little that you can. But let's understand what debt is. Because I'm not talking about bad debt here. So there's good debt and then there's bad debt. In this case here, this is bad debt for you because there's a liability. But it now becomes a good debt if you potentially have back rooms, one, or potentially you got short-term living of sort, Airbnb, that kind of thing, and you're making some moolah on top of that. So I would then suggest to take the minimum amount. If I'm supposed to be paying 10 grand on my bond, then I'm just going to pay 10 grand. I'm paying the minimum, the bare minimum here. Why am I doing that? And it's because my hard-earned cash is extremely expensive, or it's more valuable for me than going to put it in the bank. Because if I put it in the bank, what's going to happen? The bank are going to take that money on that asset, and then they're going to give it to Susan. So they're going to get my money, right, at whatever rate it is, and then they're going to give it to someone else at a higher rate. So which means that they are banking the difference, okay? Now, why don't you look for something that you can do that with? Let me explain that again. I want you guys to understand this, because if you miss this part here, then you miss the whole conversation. The bank gets money from you. And by the way, I'm not against banks. I love banks with all my heart. They give us money. So imagine the fact that the bank gets money from someone else. By the way, that's you. They get money from you. And with that, then they sell it to someone else via a bond, via a credit card, vehicle finance, and all of these other products that they have. And they make the difference. So they might be getting the money from you, like maybe like 7% or whatever the case is. They sell it off at around about 10% or even sometimes all the way to 15%. And the question that we now want to ask ourselves is, who's making the difference there? It is the bank. Now, I want to teach you here today that you need to figure out to be the bank with your little money, the 10,000, and now potentially you are saying, no, TJ, let me put in another 10,000 because me and my boo, we are now married. So with this 10,000 rand, the two of us, he puts in 10, I put in 10 because now we are married. Let's pay off our bond in 5 years. I say, stop that. What you now need to do is to say, if this 10,000 is we are going to take the first 10,000, we pay off the bond at the minimum amount. The second 10,000, what can we do with it? Now, remember, this is no longer bad debt. It's now good debt. It's good debt because, you have these other extra things that are happening on your property. But if they're not happening, it's not bad debt as well. It's just a liability. On your asset, on your balance sheet, it's just a liability. That's what it basically means. But I don't like carrying liabilities, but this one I like. Why do I like it? So we have identified what is debt. You're going to the bank and you get that money. So now we're talking about, I have stayed on my property for 5 to 10 years, and now I'm saying that the prices in the area has gone up a little bit more to around about 1.5. And I bought this property for 1 million rand. You follow me, right? On my mates there. So it basically means that now I am owing round about, let's just say a lazy number, 600,000. So on my initial price, I've got 400,000 that is now coming back to me because that's the value of my property when I bought it. 1 million rand, subtracted 600,000, 400,000 is what they call the equity from the time that I bought it. However, I now need to say, hey, the property price today is actually 1.5, so it's no longer 400, which is my equity. it's 400 plus the other difference, which is 500. So now my equity is now sitting on 900,000. This is what I want you to get. The value of the property is sitting with the banks right now. Okay? And the bank is going to say, well, not the bank is going to say, but you are chasing to pay for it. But because the banks, they understand how to sell money, so they are taking that portion of your equity and they're going to sell it off because it's sitting on their balance sheet, isn't it? How best can you utilize the same to your advantage? Well, you got 900,000 in equity. If it is me, I will not chase to pay it off. I'll go to my bank and I'll say, Mr. Bank, please can you give me a loan against my equity? They call it a second bond. They call it releasing of equity. They give it all sorts of names. It doesn't matter what name they give it to you. They give it to it. The bottom line is that at the moment, interest rate is the cheapest ever. So it's cheap money here, right? So I'm going to go in and going to ask for that bond again, a second bond. Let's just call it a second bond for now, yeah? And on my 900,000, they're going to say, Mr. Jack, we can't give you 900,000. We're going to give you 700,000. All of a sudden, in my back pocket, I've got 700,000. But where is this 700 sitting? It's sitting in my account, my home loan account. A lot of people have asked me, teacher, how do you extract the equity, right? Don't just get all muddled up with this the terminology. It's okay. The more you're going to come onto these sessions that we have here, the more you learn, and it's like muscle. It's new stuff that's coming in, so it confuses you a little bit. It's painful because you're frustrated, but then after a while you start getting it, right? So just continue sticking with me. Come through here on Saturday evenings. Let's learn, and then eventually, you get it. So don't worry if you're getting confused now. Just come back next time out. Now, you've got the equity now. How do you extract it? So the value of your property today, 1.5. But now you're left with this 700. So now you've got this 900 that's in it. So how do you make more money? Like, how do you get the bank to give you a loan? That's the extraction of the equity. So you go to the bank and you say, please evaluate my property. They will come and evaluate it. And then you say to them, can I get an additional loan? And then they'll say yes. They will ask you of all of your credentials and you send them through to the bank. And then they'll say, okay, fine. You qualify for X amount of money. So in this case here, you're qualifying for 900,000 because that's the value of your asset outside you being employed and earning 50,000. I always speak about earning 50,000. I know you're all not earning 50,000. Some of you are on 60. It's okay. It's just an example, okay? Just an example. Take the principle around it. All good? All good. And on top of that, what we then do is we take in that 900,000. Then the bank then maybe says, we're going to give you 800. The 800 doesn't come to your check account directly. It can stay, different banks do it differently, but with my bank, it stays in my account and becomes flexible. So all of a sudden, I can see that I can withdraw that money. So what do I do if I withdraw that and if my bond repayment interest is sitting, let's say, on 8%, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take this 800, right? Maybe I'm going to buy another property, right? Why are you extracting the equity? Instead of paying off your bond, if you pay off your bond, you're left with one property and you don't owe nobody. I'm saying don't do that. Leave it. Continue paying the bare minimum. This time round, ask for a second bond. On that second bond, take the 800, then plow the 800 maybe on a different property. You can buy it for cash, 500,000. Put it and then put a bond on it later. This is now property number 2, right? Or I would rather go in and get property on the 800. I would go and get property number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And I'll get these 4 properties on a down payment of 200,000 each. So which means that I am making my money work hard for me with the 20% down payment. Does that make sense? Now, that way now you don't only own 1 property, now you're owning 5 properties. That's why I say don't pay off your bond. No, don't do that. Uncle TJ says, nah, don't pay off the bond. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, hit me with a yes in the comments. I want to hear you with a yes. If that yes, let me see. Right, I get a couple of yeses here from the guys on the Insta. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, right. Let me hear yes in the comments if this is making sense for you. Right. I'm going to leave the next couple of minutes, 10 minutes, to hear any comments from you. What you guys are saying, your yes. Someone says amen, TJ. Yes, amen. The preaching is solid, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to send my offering plates. Right. I'm going to send my offerings so that we can collect the money for the offerings for today. All right. Okay, good. So all of a sudden, from 1 property that you have had for 10 years or so, 5 years, and you now jump in, you release the equity, you go and buy 5 more properties. And with the cash that you get, you just leverage off and you get 5 properties. If you're buying correctly, your leveraging should be able to give you solid cash flow. So if you are cash flowing, let's say 2,000 on each property, now all of a sudden on your original property, you're not earning any money because remember, this is where you stay. But potentially, let's say maybe you got a back room or you got a Airbnb scenario. Maybe let's just say 2,000 rand. So now all of a sudden you got a 2,000 rand cash flow on your property. On the other properties, you got a 2,000 rand cash flow. So how much money are you making throughout on your portfolio of 5 properties? They're giving you 2 grand each. So what is now the cash flow that you're getting in on your bank account every month? 10,000 rand. Boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's what it basically means. Easy, isn't it? Easy. Easy does it. Yeah, easy does it. Right, I'm going to jump into some questions. I'm going to start with the guys who are on Insta. I'm going to start with the guys that are on Insta. And I'm just going through and if you've got any questions, right? So now this is more around your problem or particularly what we're talking about now. Remember, I'm here to help you. I'm dedicating this 30 to 45 minutes to come and talk to you, to help you, okay? That's what it's all about. Okay, cool. And remember, this is why I call it pass it on. So I'm literally passing this on and I'm passing the information back to you. TJ, what's your take on the new FNB 12 people home loan? Is it 12 people or 8 people? I understood it to be 8 people. But the dozen, that's all cool. I think it's a great initiative. I like it. I did a video the other day. I think the team is just going to release it maybe in the week. And I've got some thoughts around it. It's a good product. I think it allows us to be in partnerships, which is good, but there's danger in it as well. So I'm just going to throw you 1 or 2 things that I think you should be doing if you're considering to go into that product. It's a good product. That's number 1. Home loan with 12 people. I think it's 8, or I stand corrected. We'll check it out just now. And with that, what are they saying? So they're allowing more people now to be vetted in the process. So it basically means that they can chase for more people if you're not paying, right? So why am I talking about not paying? Well, there's 12 of you. And if you're not understanding this thing, lekker, you're bound not to agree with each other. So what's the number 1 priority for me, the number one priority for me, if you have to go into this home loan thing, don't go in it for, I'm sure you're not going to buy the house so that you can stay in it. I mean, there's other 11 people that own the house or whatever number it is. And now you in it to stay in it. So it's for business purposes, right? For investment purposes. So that's great. Two things that I think are very critical here. The first one is that amongst yourselves, someone needs to be knowledgeable around property. So don't do it if there is no one on that team who's knowledgeable about property. The second thing is that do it with people that you're happy to do with it. And happy might be an underestimated word, but people that you're comfortable to do business with. And people that you're also comfortable to lose. Because in business, you either win or you lose. And if you win, great, we're all going to make money. But if you lose, let's say on this deal here, you're going to lose everyone. You lose the relationship as well. So I had a good friend when I was coming up in business, and I totally loved him and his wife. They were good friends to me, good friends in Christ, good friends. We're both young families, and we understood. But we went into business, and the business didn't do well. So I lost the business, and I also lost a friend. So that's the other thing that you need to think about here. So priority, understanding, go with people, club with people that have a knowledge. It gotta be a knowledge. And also what's also very important for me is roles and responsibilities. Who is doing what? 12 people, it's a big number, eh? 12 people, it's a big number, right? I'm gonna go into another question here. I'm hoping that I've answered your question there. Thanks, brother, for asking that question. Leonette, greetings. When you say pay the bare minimum, you mean once or every month? Now, I just mean the amount of money that is required. So, if your bond is 5 grand, so pay 5 grand. Some people, they're going to pay 12,000, and, I'm like, just pay the bare minimum. Because once you're doing that, you're already getting, you're chipping off your interest and your debt. You're chipping off your interest and the debt as well. And over and above that, the bank's going to start throwing more money to you. So when they throw money to you, because they want you to invest some more, take it and go and do other things with it, right? That's the point there. Byron, how's it going, man? Byron says, how do I get into your network? As I am an investor and sourcing agent for investors who have the money, but no time to do. Hey, drop me an email, man. info@Empire Property Addicts. We are always looking for people to work with as well. So yeah, good. Right. Let's see here. Arnold says, would you advise someone to become a property agent? Hey, Arnold, you want to put me on the spot here, my group? Okay, so Arnold, that's a different game altogether. So the question there is, why do you want to become an agent? That's a job, right? I would recommend no. But then I don't know where you are mentally, cash-wise, and why you want to be an agent, right? So is selling in your blood? Is that something that you enjoy doing? Oh, yes. Then go and make the big money. I know quite a lot of guys who've become estate agents. They've made some good money. Are you doing it because you don't have an income? Or are you doing it because you love it or you want to do it? So yes. Are you doing it so that you can be a property investor? No. Then just become a property investor. Okay. Are you doing it because you want to learn how to be a property investor? That's the wrong detour. A property agent and a property investor, they think that their minds are like this, like totally different. So I wouldn't suggest that you go that route. Just start by learning how to become a property investor. Okay, and with that, there's many ways of doing it. If you want to learn how to do it, and you you've never done it, go through to www.m5propertyvarsity.com, m5propertyvarsity.com. I'll drop in the link in there for you to go and check out. And you can learn to become a property investor. Okay, cool. All right. Right, let's go to my lovely people who are on either sitting on YouTube or on Facebook. Okay. All right. Rusty. Is there a place called Rusty? I don't know that place. Okay. Someone says keep on refinancing. Yeah, that's the spirit. Someone says yes. I'll pay for my primary house, but I won't do that for investments. Same thing, right? Question that's coming through from Flow One Spec. All right, Flow One Spec. I kind of like it. It's a unique name. It's like Johannesburg on a different style. Flow One Spec. Yeah. TJ, if we're paying extra on our bond, doesn't that grow or home? Doesn't it grow your home equity faster? So that's the question. Yes, it does, right? But you're giving that money to the bank and they're selling it on. So I'm asking you the question to say, why don't you keep your cash and find something that you can do with your cash to create the same returns? So if you are paying off the bank, let's say, what's your rate? Your rate at the bank is 8%. I'm saying you've got the cash. So instead of chopping up, don't top up. Hold on to the cash. Go and look for something to do on 20%. Yeah, does it make sense? Because when you got the cash, you got the power. So you can go and do different businesses. Are you at risk to do different businesses? Yeah, you are. But if you don't take risk, you don't win. Yeah. Okay, cool. Someone who's Amosi Mtembo. Amosi is in the UK and says, in the UK, we have interest-only mortgages where you keep what you would normally go towards the principal in a traditional mortgage with interest rates at an all-time low. What a time to be alive. That's it. That's a different angle there in the UK. That's what they have. You're only paying interest. I think it's coming to South Africa. The interest only thingy. So yeah, good. So guys, I hope that this information has been informative for you. If you've been watching us, wherever you are watching us, well, high five to you. Thanks for joining. And if you're just joining us now, you're too late. Sorry, we're just about to close down. Spread the love. Pass it on, guys. Pass it on. So this information that we've got here, pass it on. That's the name of what we do on Saturday. Anytime between 7 o'clock and 7:30, I come out live Saturday evening and we talk about it. And if you do have any other topic that you want me to cover, just hit me up. When we go live like this, like someone there who spoke about the FNB thingy, I'm gonna hit my thoughts. I'm gonna apply my minds around it and give you guys a good video around it on how you can apply it versus what I've learned in my business so far. I've built M5 Property Addicts from nothing, and we potentially, we are in five cities at the moment, and we keep on growing. We've got just above 200 tenants, couple of hundreds of investors that have invested with us. And yeah, people like you can come in and invest in our business. And over and above that, we do student accommodation, just above 300 students. We're most likely to double or triple that by the end of the year for 2022. And the business is just going strong, man. Thinking of going into different markets. So yeah, I can't do it alone. I need your guys' money. I need you to jump in and invest with us, and to just push hard. So the opportunities are there. We are happy to do the work. Come in. For those of you that want to invest, you can invest alongside us. and reap the reward. There's many opportunities. You can earn 13% on your money per annum, which is good and strong. The banks now are giving what? I don't know what they're giving. For some people, they're even getting 4%. So you need to look at also what you're getting at the banks, right? But yeah, this is me. This is what we do at Empire Property Addicts. It's been great hanging out with you guys. I appreciate you being all here. I'm gonna duck now, but thanks a lot. And remember, pass it on, right? Remember, pass it on. That's all we need to do. Okay, awesome stuff. We'll see you again next week, next weekend, anytime between 7 o'clock and 7:30, and we will do the pass it on. Awesome stuff. Cheers. God bless. See you in the next video. Goodbye.